Okay, so today I want to go over some corrections I wanted to make on the bro build versus my build video because I did make a lot of mistakes, especially with the build that I showed at the beginning of the video because it was completely incorrect and somebody had pointed it out to me. It's actually 7 skill tiers and that's not what the build was. So this was the build that I was actually trying to showcase. It's actually 5 skill tier, 2 red core, and 1 blue core. Right here is where you see the next mistake. When I transition from one build to the next, it's all yellow cores and 1 blue core. So that was a mistake I made. I wasn't paying attention. So again, I'm sorry for the mistake. I should have been paying closer attention. So let's go over the actual build. So we're going to be using the Technician specialization so that we can get the free skill tier from that specialization. For my primary weapon, I'm going to be using the capacitor. With the new rolls, you can of course roll it to whatever you feel comfortable with. The capacitor is going to give us 7.5% weapon damage for each skill tier that we have. Shooting enemies builds a stack to a cap of 40. Each stack grants 1.5% skill damage. After 5 seconds, stacks begin to decay 1 per second. For my secondary weapon, I'm using the mop for its 10% armor on kill. I've also put preservation on there. Killing an enemy repairs 10% armor over 5 seconds. Headshots improve this repair by an additional 10%. And you can of course use whatever weapon you like for your sidearm. In my case, I'm using the TDI card custom. I have 2 pieces of Hana U for the skill haste and skill damage. For the mask, it's going to be skill tier, critical hit damage, skill damage, and a critical hit damage mod. The second piece of Hana U is going to be the backpack. You're going to want to have weapon damage. In place of the skill haste, you're going to want to have skill damage. You're going to have critical hit damage and a critical hit damage mod. For the talent, I'm running Vigilance. Vigilance increases the total weapon damage by 25%. Taking damage disables this buff for 4 seconds. Next up is going to be the chest piece. It's going to be Wyvern Wear for the skill damage. You're going to have skill tier, skill damage, critical hit damage, and a critical hit damage mod. You're going to want to have Glass Cannon for the talent. All damage you deal is amplified by 25%. All damage you take is amplified by 50%. Next up, you're going to want to have 2 pieces of Brazos for the skill haste and skill tier. The first piece is going to be the gloves with weapon damage. In place of the hazard protection, you're going to want critical hit damage and skill damage. The next piece is the Carl's named holster. You're going to have skill tier, skill damage, and of course it comes with weapon damage. Next up is the Sawyer's exotic knee pads. It comes with armor, explosive resistance, and health. It comes with the talent Stand Your Ground. You cannot be staggered by explosions. It increases total weapon damage by 3% for each second you are not moving. It stacks up to 10 times until you start moving. All stacks are lost 10 seconds after moving. The skills you're going to run are the Assault Turret and the Striker Drone. If you don't feel comfortable with running both of these and not a Reviver Hive, then run either or and a Reviver Hive. I'll leave you with some new game footage, and I hope that cleared everything up with the mistakes, and I'll catch you in the next one.